In our series of basic courses, we will continue the basic course of immunology. And today is our third lecture related to the major histocompatibility complex that is also called MHC. So firstly, we will see at the end of this lecture what you will be able to learn. So how peptides fragments from pathogens and their products are produced, how these peptide fragments are loaded to the MSC molecules, and next we will see how MSC peptide complex is presented to T cells, and at the end we will discuss what is meant by antigen processing and antigen presentation. Before going to the next lectures, first we will recall our last lecture to what we have learned from last lecture. In the last lecture, we have tried to develop an understanding of MHC molecules. MHC molecules encode proteins known as MHAs are expressed on the surface of cells. And we know that in human, there are three classes. We give them as a class 1, class 2, and class 3. And if you look for here, the class 1 MHC molecule consists of two polypeptide chain. One is called alpha chain and the other is called beta microglobulin. If we talk about the alpha chain, it has a three domain which we call alpha 1, alpha 2, and alpha 3. And which is an important point to memorize here. Which are the binding site for antigens and which is a binding site for the T cell. This is very important. So if you look for here, A3 domain, which is here, form a chain, alpha chain is binding site for the T cell receptor. While if we talk about alpha 1 and alpha 2, form a antigen, as you can see here, binding pocket, where the antigens comes and bind. And similarly, if we talk about the class 2 MSC molecules, they also consist of the two polypeptides, as you can see here. One is also called alpha chain, another is called beta chain. And beta domain form a binding site for T cells co-receptors, which are known as CD4, while A1 and beta 1 form a antigen binding pockets. As you can see here, it means the class 2 MSC molecules have a two chains, alpha chain and beta chains, and each have a two domains. For example, for the alpha chain has a two domains, alpha 1 and alpha 2, while beta chain have a two domain, beta 1 and beta 2. And most importantly, where the T cell co-receptor binds, they bind with the beta 2 domain. This is very important to memorize. If we talk about in terms of class 1 MSC molecules, so T cell receptors are bind with alpha 3. And if we talk about in terms of class 2 MSC molecules, so T cell co-receptors are bind with beta 2 domain. And in case of class 1 MSC molecules, alpha 1 and alpha 2 form an antigen binding pocket. But if we talk about class 2 MSC molecule, so alpha 1 and beta 1, as you can see here, they form an antigen binding pocket. So that is very important to understand our today's lecture. So if we proceed here, uh, what we should recall before even proceeding. So if we know that immune cells have various kind of cells like B cells and T cells, and if we talk about the B cells, can be recognized variety of antigens like proteins, antigens, polysaccharide, nucleic acids, or lipid. But if we talk about the T cells can recognize protein antigens. And then even among the protein, it means if we talk about the T cells can't recognize polysaccharide antigens, nucleic acid in nature antigens, and lipid antigens. And even more important in terms of T cell is that they can recognize only the protein antigens, but how they recognize if the protein is in the form of peptides. And second important point which we have to remember here, these peptides must be presented in the form of MHC peptide complex. So if they follow these terms, then the T cells can bind with these kind of protein antigens. So as we previously mentioned, MSC class 1 molecule presents self as well as non-self antigens. So which means that it has a two type of pathways, and it means one will be for the non-self peptide and other will be for the self peptide. So one, as we mentioned here, one we call them as a presentation of non-self peptide and other will be the presentation of self peptide, because we know that MH class 1 molecule present endogenous antigens, and they have even further two types, what we call them self and non-self. So therefore they have to present both non-self as well as self. And if we further talk about the M as one class antigen presentation pathway, also consists of two steps. One is called antigen processing and other is called antigen presentation. So let's try to learn the first one, how antigens going through the process of processing and then how they are presented by the class 1 MSC molecules. So first we will talk about the presentation of non-self peptide. It means which is not recognized by the cells, or maybe they are foreign particles and they act as antigens. So if we talk about the in this antigen processing, so in this one, as you can see here, this is the cell, and this cell showing the organelles involved in antigen processing, such as you can see here, there is a nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, and Golgi apparatus. Suppose the cell is infected with virus, as you can see here by this animation, and when this cells become infected with the virus, so what will be happened next? The virus release the peptides into the cells. It means the viral proteins will be released inside the cells. And so to understand what happened next after releasing the viral protein inside the cell, so let's zoom the cells to understand it clearly. The viral proteins are passed through a large barrel shaped, that is called or maybe known as a proteasomes. As you can see here, this is called proteasome that look like a large barrel shaped protein. And these proteasomes are present in cytoplasm of all cells, and their name indicate that they have some proteolytic activity and able to degrade cytosolic protein into peptide fragments, that is about 18 to 15 amino acids long. So what happening, if you can see here, it mean in the first steps, when the virus infects any cell, that viral protein enter inside the cells. As you can see, this is a viral protein, and this viral proteins pass through the proteasome, and then this proteasome degraded these proteins, and after the degradation, what will happen? Of course, these proteins have a small peptides of about 18 to 15 amino acids, and now viral proteins are digested by the proteasome degradation into the peptide fragments. So now these fragments are transported to RER by TAPS. So next we will see here, okay, this is a endoplasmic reticulum, and here we mentioned RER, it means rough endoplasmic reticulum. So keep in mind why I'm talking about the rough endoplasmic reticulum, because they are having ribosomes on their surface, and these are also known as a protein synthesis machineries. So because here actually the MSC molecules will be class 1 molecules will be synthesized. So therefore what happened, so viral peptides will pass through the tapes and goes inside the RER. So how we can call them? Okay, viral proteins are digested by the proteasomes, as you can see here, and they have a small peptides, and then into the peptide fragments, and now these fragments are transported to RER. As you can see here, if you look for here in, now they are inside the RER. But how they enter inside the RER? With the help of these tabs. So first we want to understand what does mean by the term tabs. So tabs are transporter associated with antigen processing. Okay, these are the kind of transporters, and their role is and they are associated with the antigen processing. So that's why those transporters which are associated with the antigen processing, so they are known as a tapes, as a name is indicated this one. And alpha and beta chains of MSC molecules are synthesized and transported to the RER for proper folding. So as you can see here, this is the alpha and beta chains of MHC1 molecules, which were synthesized by the RER. Why they are synthesized by the RER? Because they are having a ribosomes, and which are considered as the protein machinery, synthesis machinery is what we call them. And what happened to the next? Alpha and beta chain of the MSC molecule are synthesized and transported to the RER for the proper folding, and the group of chaperone transfer them toward the tape transporters. So as you can see here, now this molecule was transported near to the tape molecules, and from here what happening? Now that peptides is already inside that region. So it means now the both what we call them MHC1 molecules, and other is what we call them as a viral protein. Now they are not a viral protein, but actually they already been degraded into the smaller peptides, which is about 18 to 50 amino acids. So now you can see here these peptides are attached and bind with the MHC1 molecules. And when they bind peptide fragments and MHC peptide complex is formed. So now we call them, that is MHC peptide complex. So peptide is here and MHC1 class molecule is also there. So what we call them? We call them collectively as a MHC peptide complex. And this MHC peptide complex is transported, if you see that further, through the Golgi apparatus to the vesicles, and then these vesicles transport it on the surface of the cells. So this is actually interesting story. As you can see, if we just want to just overview once, because this is very interesting and it's very important to memorize. If you goes for what happening when viruses infect the cells, viral proteins goes inside. What is happening? It is degraded with the help of proteasomes, divided into the smaller peptides. As you can see here, that is about 18 to 15 amino acids, and then these peptides entered inside the RF endoplasmic reticulum via tape. What are the tape? We already mentioned that these are the transporter associated with the antigen processing. And after that, what happening? Now these peptide and this MSC class 1 molecules are synthesized inside the RER, and they transfer with the help of chaperone toward the tape, and then they join together. It means they form a one kind of complex, and now this complex is known as a MHC peptide complex. So because MHC1 class molecule is also here and peptide is here, so we can call them MHC class 1 peptide complex. And this MHC class is transported to the Golgi apparatus. So this is, of course, after the endoplasmic reticulum, it will go to the Golgi apparatus and then to the vesicles, and these vesicles transport onto the surface of cells. So now what we have learned, antigen has been processed. So now we have what we have in that sense. If you can see here, we have MHC1 class molecule and peptide complex. And in addition to that, this pathway, the whole mechanism this is taking place, this pathway is known as a MHC class 1 antigen presentation pathway. And if you look for here, and now we will see the next step of this process that's called antigen presentation. So now we already, what we have a complex. And what is a complex? Complex is having a peptide, and which kind of peptide? Is a viral peptide. And now that viral peptide has been attached with the MHC class 1 molecules. So as you can see here, now this MHC class molecules, what they will do, they will provide, and what will happen, for recognition, cytotoxic T cell possesses a T cell receptors which are known as a TCR. What does mean by the TCR? T for T cells, and C for cells, and R for receptors. So if you look for here in this animation, so then this what happened? Okay, the T cells receptors known as the TCR, which to the antigen presented by the MSC class 1 molecules. So it means what happening that TCR or that molecule which is already presenting on the surface of MHC molecules. So now TCR receptors bind with those peptides. But one thing is very interesting here, if you look for here, and that is called another phenomenon is something is going on here. So if you go slightly detail, in order to confirm that the antigen is presenting with the MHC molecules, And when it is presenting within the MHC molecule, so co-receptor of cytocytic T cell, that is in this case, as you can see here, the co-receptor is here CD8. So now this CD8 molecule bind to the alpha 3 domain. We know that in terms of MSC class 1 molecules, T cells bind with the alpha 3 domain. So now you can see here this molecule is going to bind with the alpha 3 domain. But the one thing is, if you remember our last lectures, we mentioned one word previously, and the word was MHC restriction. So now, by after understanding this phenomena, now even we are able to understand what does mean by the term MHC restriction. So I will just slightly try to elaborate, and I hopefully you will understand that what is meant by MHC restrictions. Let's suppose okay, this is a MHC molecules, and if this molecule is doesn't contain any kind of peptide, if there is a no peptide, then what happened? This MSC molecule restrict the T cells to join. If there is a no certain molecules, then this T cells could not bind with the alpha 3 domain of MSC class 1 molecules. So it means because MSC is restricting the T cells to bind, so that's why that phenomena is known as a MHC restriction. So if someone asks you, okay, what does mean by the term MHC restriction? So it means when the MHC is not carrying the peptide molecule, and as a result, because there is a no viral peptide on the surface of MHC class 1 molecules, so therefore MH1 class molecules, what they does, they don't allow to bind the T cells to the alpha 3 domain of MHC class 1 molecules. So therefore that phenomena is known as a MHC restriction. It means MHC is restricting the T cells to bind their alpha 3 domain. So that phenomena is known as a MHC restriction. So I hope now you are clear what does mean by the MHC restriction. And if you move for this here, thus the T cell interact with the both MHC and antigens on the surface of target cell. So now you can see that okay, this T cell co-receptor, that is called CD8, it is bind with alpha domain of MSC class 1 molecules. But if you look for a TCR, which is a T cell receptor, that bind with the, as you can see here, with the antigen that is presented by the MSC class 1 molecules. So this is how MSC class 1 molecule processing the viral protein or viral peptides, and then after that, after the processing, then how they present that toward the T cells and how T cells become activated. So that what we have discussed so far. So now we have developed the understanding for the condition for T cell activation. So if you remember our last slide, so we already mentioned that T cells could only bind with the protein antigens, but when can bind? When we have a protein in the form of peptides. And the other terms was that these peptides must presented in the form of MSC peptide complex. So now we can say that okay, these both terms are fulfilled and T cells are bind, and now of course T cells become activated and they will act on these kind of antigens. So if we further talk about in terms of MSC class 1, so we already, if we goes for back, we mentioned there is a two types of MSC class 1 antigen. One is a self and other is a non-self. So far what we have done, we have give the presentation of non-self peptide. So let's talk about how the presentation of self peptide take place. To understand this one, this is actually slightly simpler than the non-self. So presentation of self peptide under the normal condition, antigen generated endogenously within these cells are bound to MSC class 1 molecules displayed as a MSC peptide complex. It means they are not go through the processing, but how they are already, as you can see here, within the cells, and they are already attached on the surface of MSC class 1 molecules. And now that complex is known as a MSC peptide complex. It means they are already having a peptides, and these peptides are already attached with the MSC class 1 molecules. So now we call them this complex as a MSC peptide complex. So it means the both terms to bind for the cells are fulfilling, but the important thing is here, but in this case, because they are self genes, and in those genes, all of these self peptides are autologous ones to which CD8 plus T cell and are tolerated by the immune response. So therefore, they are not attached. So they are not attached with the peptide. When they are not attached with the peptide, as a result, T cell could not attach with the alpha 3 domain of MSC class 1 molecules. So it means the T cell do not respond. So what we have learned in our previous lectures, okay, if the T cell respond, especially if we talk about, of course, they are having an important role in the immunity, but even if we talk about the tissue rejection, so now we understand why the tissues was not rejected when the T cells do not respond, and why the tissues was rejected when the T cells respond. So, and how the T cells were activated, we have discussed all this phenomena, and now I hope this will be clear. So now what we have and what kind of understanding we have. So now we talk about, okay, now we can understand the following terms. The process by which pathogens and their products are degraded to produce a peptide antigen is known as the antigen processing. The process, I repeat again, by which the pathogens and their products are degraded, whatever, like in the process of the proteasome, as you can see here in our previous slide. And what they do, they produce a peptide antigens, and then these peptide, that process is known as the antigen processing. And these peptide fragment combine with the MSC molecule inside the cell, as you can see in our animation slide. And if it goes further, these MSC peptide complexes are formed, travels towards the cell surface, where it displays the peptide fragments to the T cells, which is known as the antigen presentation. So first process we call the antigen processing, and second process we also learn antigen presentation. And now these cells that present these antigens to T cells are known as the antigen presenting cells, and these are the APC. So in the last lecture we mentioned that here we will learn what does mean by the term antigen presenting cells. So now we are clear that those cells that are presenting these antigens to T cells are known as a antigen presenting cells, and they are known as a APC in that case. So this is how the story, how the class 1 MSC molecules activate the T cells. And we discussed they have a self like antigens, and they have a non-self antigen. So we discussed the both one in detail. So if it goes with the help of this animated slide, as you can see here, there is a, if you can see here, of course we have the chicken here. So that is the proteinous material. And when they goes under the proteasome, what happening? Of course, they give the different parts of this one. As you can see here, we have a bones, we have a different parts of the this chicken, and then it goes by, of course, it's carried by the our HLA, what we call MSCs. And we know that in case of the class 1, we have class 1 has a 3 regions, A, B, and C. So now they are presenting on the surface at the 3 position A region, then B region, and then the C region. And here you can see now the T cells are looking what he should take it.